Hello, good morning and welcome to Gordon Square Garden in London. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Where are we going today? Well, where do you go on a cold, damp, miserable January wintry morning? Well, we go to the seaside, of course. And which beach resort are we going to? Well, that would be Blackpool in the northwest. Why Blackpool? As a northerner, I've never actually been to Blackpool before. Now, I have read reports that it's not too nice to live or in fact to visit, but I'd like to see it from my own eyes. So let's head up to the nearest station, which is London Euston, have a little walkabout, find the lounge, find our platform and catch our train up to Lancashire, and I'll see you a little later on. Bye for now. Hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome to today's video and welcome to a wet, dark and miserable London. That's right, today we're off to the seaside, we're on board with Avanti West Coast, meaning we'll be departing from my least favourite station, London Euston. Right, it's now time to get out the rain, so let's head inside and have a little walkabout. Initially opened in July 1837, it was expanded in 1849 and rebuilt in the early 1960s. Euston is the southern terminus of the West Coast Main Line, and although it's the 10th busiest station in the UK, it is the country's busiest intercity passenger terminal, being the gateway from London to the West Midlands, North West England, North Wales and Scotland. Split on two levels, the station has no shortage of bars, restaurants and eateries. And on the ground floor there is a manned Avanti West Coast ticket office. There is a tube station attached to Euston that serves both the Northern and Victoria lines. However, a 2 to 3 minute walk away is Euston Square tube station, getting access to the Circle line, Metropolitan line and the Hammersmith and City line. Avanti West Coast's first class lounge can be found on the upper floor, not far from the escalators. The lounge itself offers a nice relaxed vibe and gives you great views of the concourse below. Most food and drink are complimentary, although I do believe you have to pay for the alcohol. It was at this point that carnage descended on Euston Station and my trip to the seaside was cancelled. Good afternoon and welcome back to Gordon Square Garden. Well, we didn't make it very far, did we? To cut a long story short, there was a fatality on the West Coast Main Line up near the Milton Keynes area, and whilst the emergency service were on scene, it caused absolute carnage back in Euston. Everything was either significantly delayed or in my case was cancelled, and it was at that point where I decided to cut my losses, go home and hopefully return to London to finish the film off one day. That day is today, albeit some 4.5 months later, but hey ho, at least we're here. So with all that said, we'll rejoin the video as I make my way to the platform to catch our train up to Blackpool and to the seaside, eventually. And I'll see you up there. Bye for now. That's right, for one reason or another, it has taken around 4 months to get back to London to finish this film off. But today I am on the 1740-hour service, departing from platform number 1. Taking us up to the northwest is this 11-car long Class 390 Pendolino. They really need no introduction from myself as we have covered them on the channel before, but if you do want more information, then click the link above. Okay, let's hop on board. Seat configuration in first class is 2+1 and I'd recommend reserving your seat. The last thing to do before departure is to check out today's route. Ignore the change at Preston, for some reason Google couldn't find the direct service. Departure from London was around 1800 hours, about 20 minutes late. Travel time up to Blackpool is just under 3 hours and we're due to arrive in the Lancashire town at around 9 PM later this evening.
Welcome on board this Blackpool train. Taking cash and card payment, and we will close at Warrington Bank Quay.
Not long after departure, a first round of drinks is offered. well, it would be rude to refuse. Today is not as gloomy as January, but it is a lovely day for travelling.
19 minutes down, so that would be. They say we're going to peg it back, but I doubt that.
Crewe is our next stop. Any passengers that have to transfer over to Stockport or to Wilmslow, you got the previous explanation, have a chat with a member of staff at the platform, they'll be sure to let you know how to do. Step on the step and then on the platform, mind the gap at all times. Take care folks, and have a good evening.
158 miles into the journey, we make our first stop of the day at Crewe in Cheshire. The station was opened in 1837, it was rebuilt in 1867 and remodelled in the mid-1980s. Crewe is also one of the most historically significant railway stations in the world. The station is located at the point where the lines to Manchester, Piccadilly and North Wales diverge from this route. It is the last major station before the branch to Liverpool Lime Street diverges, and it's also served by lines to Stoke-on-Trent and Shrewsbury. A massive thank you to my patrons for their continued support, Madame Dorothy Chieli, Dr. Paul Harper, Gary Clark, Peter Harrison, Stormhammer Firebrand, Ken and John.
Make sure you don't forget anything on the train, as the lost property process can be quite long to go through. Please double check every phones, wallets, keys.
Next up is Warrington Bank Quay, which is also one of 5 stations serving the Cheshire town. The station is a principal stop on the West Coast Main Line between London and Glasgow Central. It's also a north-south orientated main line station on one side of the main shopping centre, with the east-west orientated Warrington West and Warrington Central operating a more frequent service to the neighbouring cities of Liverpool and Manchester. Next up in Greater Manchester is Wigan North Western. Opened in October 1838 as Wigan, it was renamed Wigan North Western in 1924. It is one of 2 stations in the town, with the other being Wigan Walgate. The station is named North Western not because of its location, but because it used to belong to London North Western Railway.
Mind the gap at all times. And on the platform, please stand behind the other line so that we can dispatch the train safely. Thank you once again for travelling.
Is it City?
The penultimate stop of the day is Preston in Lancashire. For the run up to Blackpool, I have the coach all to myself. As we are now fast approaching our final destination of Blackpool, I'll take a moment to sum up this video, but please do remember that these are just my own opinions. First and foremost, the onboard catering. Food was offered throughout, but as I wasn't hungry, I kind of opted out. I'm the type of person who doesn't eat for the sake of eating, and I don't like waste. That said, I have left a link in the description to the first class menu, and here's a picture of their ploughmans, which I can confirm is absolutely delicious. As you can see, drink supply was plentiful. I certainly didn't opt out of that, and the first class host was excellent. I am a big fan of these units, and I find the riding quality of the 390s extremely good. Alongside that, the coach layout, the soft lighting and the relaxed vibe is the reason why I really like these. They do feature a fair bit on this channel, and given any opportunity, I'll quite happily hop on board one of them. So on to the price. With a real discount of a third, total cost was £82. I booked this trip only 2 weeks in advance, and for a 3-hour journey, I do find that fairly good value for money. Would I recommend? Absolutely, 110% of course I would. I love Avanti West Coast's first class product. In my own humble opinion, it is one of the best, if not the best in the country. The whole experience from arriving at the station, to the lounge, to the coach, to the rider and staff, second to none. Moving forward, now that the school and summer holidays are over, it's time to get back on track, no pun intended, with more regular uploads. I'm also out about next week filming new content where one video will include trains, a plane and a boat, so stick around for that. And welcome to Blackpool. Arrival was 25 minutes late. Hello and welcome to Blackpool North. I've got a sneaky suspicion I've got a long walk to the gate line, so I'll see you down there. So with all that said, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new to the channel or haven't yet, then please do hit that subscribe button. But until next time, until I pass across again, do take care, stay safe, and thanks again for watching. Bye for now.